So you may be wondering, what exactly is guerrilla gardening? What does it look like? It looks less like this, and a little more like this. Guerrilla gardening is the planting of various plants on property owned by someone other than the gardeners. This includes the space between the sidewalk and roads, abandoned lots, and private property. The reason guerrilla gardening is done differs from person to person. Some do it to make the land prettier, others as a political statement, or some just to feed the people in the area. The movement began in 1973 by Liz Christie and is spread across Northern America, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and South Africa. A famous guerrilla gardener that was active prior to the term being coined that you may know is Johnny Appleseed Chapman. Johnny Appleseed planted apple trees all over Ohio on property that was not owned by him, hence why he could be considered a guerrilla gardener. A more modern-day guerrilla gardener is Richard Reynolds. Reynolds runs gardens all over London and was featured by BBC as a London person. A London person is someone who has positively affected the city and the people that live there. Reynolds has also written a guerrilla gardening handbook and is available in 4 different languages, including English, French, German, and Korean. A well-known food spokesperson that would applaud Reynolds' actions is Wendell Berry. Wendell Berry is an American novelist, poet, environmental activist, cultural critic, and farmer who believes that in order to have a good life, you have to have sustainable agriculture, a strong sense of community, and enjoy the pleasures of eating good food. Berry believes that industrial farming is the enemy and stresses the importance of being involved in the growing of your own food. Wendell Berry would approve of guerrilla gardening because it teaches others how to grow food even if they may not have the area to do so, while bringing people together and creating a tight-knit community. Guerrilla gardening can be done by anyone, anywhere, which is why the movement has become so popular lately.
You must be wondering, why guerrilla gardening? Fresh produce is the answer. How many times have you walked into a dining center on campus and struggled to find that? There was either no choice, the produce was old, or honestly, simply just not that appetizing. Take a look at the menus of a few dining centers on campus. The vegetables offered on these menus are not even fresh themselves. Majority of the food on this menu is processed too. Vegetables are draped in preservatives to make them last longer. The fruits in the dining centers are not very good quality either. I mean, look at that. Here is our solution. Iowa State is known for its beautiful green campus. We could easily replace some trees and bushes with fruit and vegetable trees and bushes. Apples, peaches, berries, cherries, strawberries, potatoes, broccoli, lettuce, and many more all grow well in cold environments like Iowa. We would be making our campus even more colorful than it already is. One of the key parts of guerrilla gardening is utilizing unused spaces. There is a lot of wasted space on campus, space that is not utilized to its best capability. We could easily plant produce in those places. It would provide students with a greater access to fresh food. And think about it, we'll be keeping them away from those freshmen 15.
Because there's a lack of nutrition from produce provided by Iowa State University dining halls, guerrilla gardening will provide readily available fresh produce to students, staff, and residents in the area. Guerrilla gardening can be implemented by urging students to create clubs with the initiative of both taking care of the gardens and spreading information about guerrilla gardening to students and the community. The promotion of fresh food will assist the Cyclone community in having better nutritional health, will help encourage a sense of community, and will help reduce overall expense of food purchases. Better nutrition will be achieved through guerrilla gardening because of the holes it will fill. Since most of the foods that will be grown aren't already available on campus, vitamins that are essential to healthy humans will be easily accessible. In the specific produce that our gardens would contain, the vegetables would be rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, folate, fiber, and potassium, and the fruits would be naturally low in fat, sodium, calories, and rich in potassium, fiber, vitamin C, and folate. Eating these fresh produce can cut your risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, and protect against various forms of cancer. This is what our community needs in order to continue making advances. Guerrilla gardening will also encourage a sense of community in the Ames area and bring people together in a productive way. According to Megan Tom, the leader of Organization Unbound, guerrilla gardening assists connections by forming ties between humans and the environment, humans and humans, and humans and themselves. As people work together to accomplish a common goal, they will have fun and form friendships. Seeing produce being grown firsthand and understanding where our food is coming from will form a closer relationship between agriculture, those who produce it, and our consumption.
As most people know, college students tend to be broke or known to not have a lot of money throughout their years at college. Having a job can be difficult on top of the rigorous hours of studying and attending class, so making money can be kind of hard. Food is a major and vital expense in a college student's life, so it's important that a student be able to afford it. If guerrilla gardening were to take place on campus, there would be more access to free food. It would enable students to pick fruit and vegetables that are healthy for them to eat. Guerrilla gardening is not a super known thing, and promoting awareness or starting a club would be a step in the right direction to having guerrilla gardening on the Iowa State campus. How can we do this though? Guerrilla gardening is meant to be something that gardeners just kind of go out and do without permission. However, having it take place on our college campus, which is owned by Iowa State, we'd probably need some confirmation that it's okay to plant these fruits and vegetables. If guerrilla gardening were to be a club, it would obviously need to be confirmed by the university as well. Once access was granted, we could go out and plant, and there'd be more amounts of cheap food on campus. The easiest way to start guerrilla gardening on campus would probably be to turn it into a campus club. In order to start a club at Iowa State, there are 3 primary steps. First, you enter your proposed organization information into the student organization database. Then you meet with the Student Activities Center staff to discuss your idea for your organization. And lastly, you meet with the Student Organization Recognition Board to get official approval. This group meets once or twice per month in the fall and spring, so it may take several weeks. The board meets less frequently during academic breaks such as summer and winter break, so it'd probably be best not to submit your idea during summer or your winter break. If all goes well, then Iowa State could have a new guerrilla gardening club.
All in all, guerrilla gardening will help provide fresh food to students on campus. Guerrilla gardening can be done by a small group or club, and with enough information can spread to other students on campus. The promotion of fresh food will steer our students in a healthier direction, promote a sense of community, and will overall be less expensive.